Hi, it's Banker Y. It's been about 6 weeks. Thank you for coming here. I appreciate you seeing me. Basically, we've had the politicians out there, and they've been running the political gambit. And there's the political wannabes. There's Alec Baldwin with his bipolar moment on American Airlines, where he basically yelled at the host staff in terms of that he did not want to discontinue his Game Boy activity or Jenga or whatever he was playing or some kind of Scrabble game. Um, Here's a gentleman who's wants to be mayor of New York City, and yet he can't follow rules. I mean, it's pretty sad. He gets himself kicked off a plane. He needs somebody to basically be a handler and say, Alec, you can't do this. Of course, 2 weeks later, he tries to be, gracious. He tries to make a funny out of it, etc. But basically, he insulted a lot of people, and he took a lot of people's time in terms of something that he should just follow the rules, or if you want, change the laws. And that's exactly my point. You have tonight, in terms of what's happened, you had a big faux pas by Rick Perry in terms of what was happening, where he got confused that the age is 21 to vote and not 18. It's very disheartening when a politician doesn't even know that you can vote at 18. That's an indication that all of you 18, 19, and 20-year-olds need to register to vote and make yourselves be heard. I mean, it's important. Part of the reason why this has happened is because in our society, there was a movement to, up the drinking age that was done by MAD. It's understandable what MAD was doing. They were upset in terms of what happened to their babies and their loved ones in terms of car crashes. But here I am. I'm a father. I would have done it a different way. I mean, when you look at what's happening, what you need to do is you need to hit these drivers exactly where they are. The sad fact is that you have individuals that should be fined immediately $10,000. They should lose their car. They should have 3 years of community service. And you should figure out why guys and gals drink. Guys and gals drink when they're young because they want to basically have sex with someone, but they want to lower their standards because it's not Jennifer Aniston that I'm looking at. It's not Brad Pitt. It's some 90%er, or best case. That's best case. It might be more like 60%er, and with a little more, they look great. They have three eyeballs, but it's okay. Now, what you have here is you have individuals that have to understand why they're doing something. And I mean, sometimes you need to do exactly what they do in the Philippines. They cane people. If you do something wrong, you're caned. Well, over here, if you do something wrong in terms of driving like that, I think you should have your right testicle cut off or your right ovary taken out. That would make people kind of think twice about driving drunk. You have the capability right now of doing that. Matt has on its website this whole thing about breathalyzers. These breathalyzers can be added to the cars very conveniently. They would, create a much better world in terms of that people would be driving when they're sober. But what's happened is we as a society have now decided that having the back camera is more important for next year. So the new models in 2012 and 2013 are going to have back cameras. Well, the reason why you're running over little Joey or, running over your mother-in-law or whatever is in the back is because you're drunk. It's not because you're going to have a back camera and you can see them running them over. I mean, this is absurd. I think the breathalyzers are a much more important concept. I think they should be endorsed. I think they should be endorsed by all of the insurance companies, whether they be Geico or Progressive or whatever. You have Flo and the little gecko and all these other things and State Farm, and they all have creative ads, but they need to be very concerned. They need to be concerned about our young people. Basically, you need to just basically say, and people who are older that should not be drinking when they're impaired. And I think that breathalyzer would make it easier for everyone, and that should be the focus. And right now, I recommend to anyone who is 18, 19, and 20 years old, register to vote. If you did this breathalyzer thing, you could then, by all means, just, move down the drinking age to 18, because then it would be logical. We would be treated like any other industrial country in the world where everybody else drinks at 18. The fact that you can marry, the fact that you can have children, the fact that you could serve your country and kill somebody for your country, but can't have a drink, that makes no sense whatsoever. And again, I'm sorry, for the mad individuals who, have become so myopic. But now we have the technology. Yet let's use that technology to make everyone safe and make everyone whole. That's the way it is, and that's what I'd like you to at least talk to others and let them know. Thank you very much for listening.